we have, over 2,100 units parked currently underground, and we have people that travel from State College, Buffalo, Cleveland, areas in, other areas in Ohio, states like New Jersey, Virginia. So we have people traveling quite a distance to bring their units here to park underground. We also have people who have long-term relationships where they keep units here for longer periods of time, whether they be active service members or people who live abroad and want to safeguard a vehicle while they're spending time away from the country.
So we paint the walls white here, and it's not the natural color of the stone. This is where we have one tenant in the mine. It's access. They do like data storage, like paper storage stuff.
Since starting here underground, we're really trying to focus on the foundation, the core business as we took it over. And we think there's an opportunity to iterate on that business, do better, and provide a different type of service to our customers that I think that hopefully they haven't even thought about. They come here because of the uniqueness of being underground. Some of them like coming underground. Some people absolutely would not drive their unit in if you paid them because they don't want to be underground. We have the opportunity for them to experience this area and the hospitality of the people here. And so, one of our goals and objectives is to continue to fortify that business, clean it up, make it operationally more sound so that when we're providing customer service, it's not shuffling paper around or trying to figure out where in the heck we're going to fit their 12-foot, 33-foot long travel trailer. But, we want to fortify that business so we know exactly where it's going. We know exactly how it's getting there. We want to spend time with the customers and with their families and create an environment where they can come up to this beautiful area of the region and actually experience that, because whether it's picking their unit up or dropping their unit off, that's either bittersweet or something that is really exciting, and they have this anticipation of all the fun they're going to have with their boat or their RV or motorhome.
You can see the mycelial strands underneath the puffy stuff. So that's actually fungi. So I had something that looked like that tested, and there was various types of fungi, but one of them was actually penicillin. So the mycelium usually grows under the ground, and then you see the fruiting body, the cap. So that's what mycelium looks like when it's growing underground. So when you guys went to Pine Run, you drove past this. 68 is right there. And there's this hole in a fence. It's fenced in, but quite a bit of water. So definitely over 1,000 gallons per minute, probably over 1,600 gallons of water per minute. Yeah, we're standing in front of the air shaft right along Route 68, and you can hear potentially the water behind me. And one of the crazy things is we're down toward the lower end of the mine. There is some topography in the mine because as they mined, they would mine on a slight upgrade so that water would move toward the exits. So just 3 miles in that direction, maybe a little bit more than 3 miles actually, is the upper end of the mine, where there is a significant amount of water that gradually works its way through the mine, over the limestone, kind of being purified, leaving some of the different types of elements such as iron and manganese in the rock. And the water passes through a series of holes and pumps and filtration just naturally through the limestone, finds its way down to the low ground here where it actually exits the mine. I've heard different numbers quoted about the size of the mine. I know it's, over 2,000 acres underground. I've heard quoted 600 to 700 miles of basic roadways down here, and it looks mostly similar in many of the areas you go to. But then we kind of have our commercial zone in the middle near the portals, where we're spending most of our time developing and painting and making it look much prettier. What we want to do is we want to fortify the business, and we can actually look at the beauty and uniqueness of the asset and really try to reimagine what we're doing here. This is an opportunity. It provides us a platform for creativity and learning new things. I've learned more about mycelium and mushrooms since starting here than I ever thought was possible. And there are areas in the mine further in the back where it's dark all the time and there's a little bit more moisture. And it's given me the opportunity to learn about things like mushrooms. And there are these areas where mushrooms and mycelium could flourish. So we've taken some
some hardwood logs and are going to inoculate them with some lion's mane and some shiitake mushrooms and things of this nature. I mean, Western Pennsylvania was actually the home of the largest underground mushroom farm in the United States not all that long ago. And they were growing a lot of, button mushrooms and things of that nature. And now so many people being more interested and curious in these different types of mushrooms, this is a platform for us to explore that. You have a lot of interest in the scientific community about how do we repurpose mine lands, and whether they be underground or on the surface. There's a lot of interest in green energy, whether it be green hydrogen or blue hydrogen. We have the ability to utilize this space either from a research position or reimagining the space for something in the green energy. We have access in Pittsburgh to some of the great research institutions, and we want to engage with them to see what people can imagine down here.
Every employee that works here, as well as the community, is excited for the potential, that it is a blank canvas. It is sky's the limit when you're thinking about what it can be reinvented into. And looking at from one end of spectrum crazy to the other, there's a lot of opportunity with it. And it's fun to be part of that. And it speaks volumes for the generations before, because this is something that they've started and it was always limited to them because no one had that imaginary idea to do anything different than mining. And now it's proof that you have an underground mine and there's so many different things that you can do about it.
We go out and we explore different areas for future development, different ideas, different businesses we can start, ways in which we can partner with people, different types of unique assets that we can contribute to partnerships to help somebody stand up a business. I've been exploring the mine since the beginning of August. And, there are people that have been here. There's actually one employee that's been here for over 50 years, and he's seen the bulk of the mine, but I'm sure there are areas of the mine that he wouldn't admit to it, but, there are probably areas that even he hasn't seen, or at least not seen for a really long time. So difficult part of what I'm doing is focusing on the core business right now and allocating time to more entrepreneurial endeavors and actually getting out and exploring some of these areas to see what it is we have and try to envision what we could potentially do with it.